Welcome to the Checkout Point, your quick dive into this week's e-commerce buzz with me, Alex, powered by Blicket. These 20 minutes pack the latest trends, news, and insights. Let's navigate the digital marketplace together. Ready? Let's go!
Hey folks, Max here. Sipping on my third cup of coffee this morning. Probably should switch to water soon, huh?
And I'm Rachel, just back from a morning walk that definitely didn't involve that much caffeine. Welcome to episode 18 of the Checkout Point by Blicket.co.
That's right, and can you believe it's already week 18? Also, we're stepping into May, which means hello summer. Speaking of which, over at Blicket, we're buzzing with excitement, cooking up fresh campaigns and tweaking our clients' product pages. Keep an eye out for our upcoming blog post about it.
Definitely can't wait to read that. Speaking of new stuff, did you guys catch our latest blog post, Unlocking Higher Conversions, 11 Checkout Page Design Tweaks You Need Now? It's packed with some juicy tips.
Oh, absolutely. And that ties in perfectly with today's episode, because we've got a whole segment on reducing cart abandonment. Those tips are golden for any e-commerce site.
Exactly. First up, we'll dive into just how to keep those carts full and rolling right through to checkout. We're talking simple changes that can make a huge difference.
Then, get ready for a mind bender with OpenAI's ChatGPT and Shopify pairing up. Chat-driven shopping might just throw my wallet at the screen.
That's one way to shop. And speaking of global impacts, we've also got the lowdown on how global tariffs are reshaping e-commerce strategies.
And don't miss our segment on the freshest e-commerce innovations, adaptive tools, AI assistants, and flexible payment solutions.
Plus, we'll touch on some major moves with eBay and Amazon and see how Omnitail is staking its claim in Africa.
To wrap it all up, we'll explore the roller coaster of online shopping prices and how AI is stepping in to smooth out those bumps.
Sounds like a jam-packed show. Let's dive in and start tweaking those e-commerce engines, shall we?
Let's do it. And hey, keep that coffee coming, at least for me. Hey everyone. Today on the podcast, we're diving into a super useful topic for anyone involved in e-commerce. Have you ever wondered why your cart abandonment rate is through the roof? Well, our latest blog post over on Blicket.co is all about unlocking higher conversions, specifically through checkout page optimizations.
Oh, it's a goldmine, Max. The post is titled Unlocking Higher Conversions, 11 Checkout Page Design Tweaks You Need Now. And let me tell you, some of these tweaks are surprisingly simple, but the impact they can have is massive. We all know that dreadful stat, right? Nearly 7 out of 10 shoppers abandon their carts. It hurts just thinking about it.
Absolutely, Rachel. It's like running a race and stopping right before the finish line. So frustrating. One of the key points we cover in the post is the importance of simplifying the checkout process. Complexity is a huge deterrent. People want speed and ease. If a checkout page has too many fields or confusing options, you're just inviting those shoppers to leave.
Right, and that ties in perfectly with one of the tweaks mentioned, reducing the number of steps to checkout. It's about making that path to purchase as smooth as possible. Another tweak we talk about is adding reassuring elements like security badges. Trust is a huge factor in conversions.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of trust, transparency about costs is crucial. No one likes those last-minute surprises. If there are additional fees, taxes, or shipping costs, those need to be clear from the get-go. I think that's a mistake a lot of online stores make, hiding fees until the last step, which, as you can guess, leads to cart abandonment.
Yep, nobody wants to feel tricked. Now, tying into this, we're actually experimenting with some changes on our clients' product pages. With May being here and summer right around the corner, we're gearing up for some exciting new campaigns. These tweaks will be part of our ongoing tests, and we're planning to share the results in an upcoming blog post on Blicket.
That's going to be really interesting. Getting these elements right can transform the whole shopping experience. I'm really excited about seeing how these tweaks play out in real scenarios with our clients.
Definitely. And for our listeners, if you're curious to get all the details and dive deeper into these checkout page design tweaks, you really should check out the full post. We've laid it all out, and it's packed with actionable advice.
It's one of those reads where you'll want to start making changes right away. So head over to Blicket.co and look for Unlocking Higher Conversions. Trust me, it's worth your time.
Absolutely. And while you're tweaking those pages, remember, It's all about making shopping online as smooth and reassuring as possible. These small changes can significantly boost your conversion rates.
Couldn't agree more. All right, let's keep this energy moving right into our next segment. All right, so diving right into it, there's this spicy tidbit of news about OpenAI potentially partnering up with Shopify to bring e-commerce into the realm of ChatGPT. Isn't that a bit of a game changer?
Wait, seriously? Shopify on ChatGPT? How's that even going to work?
Well, think about it like this. Imagine you're chatting away with a clever bot, and just by talking about, let's say, your love for skateboards, it could hook you up with the latest boards or accessories directly from Shopify stores.
That sounds super convenient, but I'm not entirely convinced yet. I mean, how seamless is this integration going to be? Is it more like a novelty or genuinely useful?
Good point, but consider how streamlined and personalized shopping could become. It's like bringing the shopping mall directly to your chat window. Straight up, hey, I need new sneaks. And bam, options galore at your fingertips.
I see your point, but, well, speaking of personalization, that actually ties into what Blicket's doing now, right? They're revamping product pages for the summer, trying to make them catchier and more interactive.
Exactly. It's all about making those online environments as engaging and user-friendly as possible. Like, if you went onto a site and it was as easy as chatting with a friend to find what you need, wouldn't you love that?
Absolutely. It's kind of like how in our last segment, we talked about tweaking checkout page designs to boost conversions. This ChatGPT and Shopify combo could be another layer to making e-commerce just downright easier.
Right? Now just imagine this. Hey, ChatGPT, find me something cool to wear for my summer vacation.
And poof, it pulls up all these trendy outfits from Shopify merchants. It would be like having a personal shopper in your pocket. But, keeping on track with our segments, this shift in how we shop online could give us a hint at why some Amazon sellers might start hiking their prices, especially with tariffs shaking things up in global trade, something we're getting into next.
True that. The whole landscape of e-commerce is just one big interconnected web. Today you're chatting about skateboards. Tomorrow you're pondering international trade laws.
From skateboards to trade laws, that's quite the leap, Max. But honestly, that's the beauty of modern tech, isn't it? It connects dots we didn't even see before.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's super cool to think about the possibilities, and who knows? Maybe one day ChatGPT will even negotiate those tariffs for us.
Now that would be something. But until then, we'll just keep an eye on these developments and see how they evolve.
Absolutely, and hey, it's all about giving you the jump on what's new and now. This ChatGPT and Shopify news is just the tip of the iceberg. I can't wait to see where it leads.
And with that, let's keep pushing forward. Lots more to uncover today.
So, jumping straight in from our last chat about the new Shopify integration, super cool stuff, by the way. It's amazing to see how global events like tariffs are shaking things up in the e-commerce world too, huh?
Exactly, Max. It's like every time you turn around, there's a new twist. I was just reading about how Trump's tariffs are causing some waves. Amazon sellers, for instance, they're hiking up prices because of the increased costs on goods from China.
Right, and it's not just small numbers we're talking about. These changes can push up prices significantly. You know, it's a game changer for how sellers set their strategies on platforms like Amazon. Guess it's a bit of a domino effect all the way down to the consumer's pocket.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just in the US. I noticed something similar happening across the pond. Like, in India, did you know the US tariffs are predicted to slow their economic growth by up to 0.5 percentage points?
No way. 0.5% might sound tiny, but in terms of an entire country's economy, that's huge. And speaking of impacts, remember the retail shortages we talked about last week tied to the China trade war?
I do, and it's interesting because those shortages will roll out in stages, which means just when you think you've seen the full impact, there's another wave coming.
It's like waiting for the next episode of your favorite show, except maybe not quite as fun.
Definitely not as fun. But hey, not all the news is gloomy. The UK is stepping up, giving businesses hit by US tariffs a little boost. Kind of a financial shot in the arm, which is super timely.
I love that term, shot in the arm. Kind of like what we're doing at Blicket, right? With summer just around the corner, we're rolling out some exciting campaigns and spicing up product pages for our clients. There's a blog post coming up about it too.
Oh, that's perfect timing with all these market changes. Adapting fast is key. Speaking of which, isn't it interesting how all these trade issues link back to how businesses like the ones we work with need to stay agile? Like with the upcoming Wix updates and adaptive content we'll talk about next?
Exactly. Honestly, it's all about staying ahead of the curve. Whether it's tariffs impacting your pricing strategy or tech updates enhancing customer engagement, it's all interconnected.
Couldn't agree more. It makes you wonder, with all these shifts, what the landscape will look like even a month from now, right?
Totally. But hey, that's what keeps it exciting. Always a new challenge around the corner. And thankfully, we've got the tools and the tech to tackle them head on.
Right, and that's what keeps our listeners tuning in. Can't wait to dive deeper into those tech updates in our next segment. But for now, I think we've given them a lot to chew on about global trade and tariffs.
Yeah, chew on that and don't forget to keep your eyes peeled for those price tags and tech tips. Max.
Rachel.
Okay, Rachel, we just touched on how these global trade impacts are pushing e-commerce platforms to get super creative, right?
Exactly, Max. Speaking of innovation, have you heard about Wix launching this new adaptive content tool? It's designed to crank up sales and engagement. Sounds pretty game-changing if you ask me.
Oh, totally. Adaptive content. Now, that's a major key. It's like having a smart billboard on your website that knows exactly what you want to see. Imagine visiting a site and it instantly displays products based on your interests, season, heck, even the weather.
Wait, seriously? Like, if it's starting to rain, it might show me umbrellas and raincoats?
Exactly that. Speaking of seasons, isn't Blicket rolling out some cool summer campaigns? They're jazzing up their product pages just in time.
Oh, I just have to jump in here. That's correct. They mentioned something about experimenting with new changes on their product pages. I can't wait to see how they leverage that with adaptive content as summer rolls around.
It's all syncing up, right? Now, speaking of syncing up, there's another massive shift coming with how we shop online. Have you heard about ChatGPT shopping?
That's the AI-driven shopping experience, right? Honestly, I'm intrigued, but not entirely convinced yet. How is chatting with an AI going to make shopping smoother?
So here's the deal. Imagine you're looking for a new skateboard, but you aren't sure which one to buy. You just chat with this AI, tell it what you need, maybe even haggle a bit, and it finds the best options for you.
That sounds super convenient, but I wonder how it'll handle the more, let's say, finicky shoppers. Like my grandma won't settle unless it's a bargain.
That's a fair point. But think about this. With AI getting smarter, maybe it'll charm your grandma into a great deal. Plus, I see this as a huge leap, given all the tariff hikes we talked about in the previous segment. AI could help shoppers find alternatives they might not even consider otherwise.
True, and you know what's coming next? eBay is introducing those flexible payments with Klarna in the US.
Exactly. It's like all these platforms are picking up tricks from each other's playbook, combining smart content like Wix's, ChatGPT's shopping assistant, and flexible payment solutions. That's some next-level online shopping experience.
No kidding. From AI helpers to payment plans, e-commerce is definitely getting a high-tech makeover. But here's what I'm wondering. How do all these innovations affect smaller sellers? Are they keeping up?
Now, that's a great question, and definitely something we should dive into soon. I mean, there's got to be a way for smaller shops to plug into these advanced tools without breaking the bank.
I hope so. It'll be interesting to see how accessible these technologies become as they evolve.
Absolutely, and we'll keep tracking these trends and more right here.
You can bet on that. And meanwhile, I'll keep figuring out how to convince my grandma to chat with an AI shopping assistant.
Good luck with that, Rachel. And to all our savvy shoppers out there, buckle up. It looks like the future of e-commerce is here, and it's supercharged with innovation. So eBay's been cooking up something pretty neat in the US, teaming up with Klarna to roll out flexible payment options. It's like they're saying, shop now, decide later if your piggy bank can handle it.
Oh, I just have to jump in here, Max. That's super interesting because it ties right back to what we touched on earlier with Wix and those adaptive content strategies, right? It's all about giving users more control and flexibility. I'm wondering, though, will this move actually change the way people shop on eBay?
That's the million-dollar question, Rachel. I mean, flexible payments are a game changer in keeping the checkout smooth and stress-free. It's like choose your own adventure, but for shopping.
Exactly. And speaking of shopping adventures, I was just reading about how some Amazon sellers are skipping Prime Day promotions this year because of tariffs. Seems like there's a bit of turbulence in paradise, huh?
Definitely not all sunshine and rainbows. Tariffs can be such a buzzkill for sellers because they squeeze the margins. Imagine you're super excited for a big sale and then bam, extra costs. Not fun, right?
Not fun at all. But here's what I'm wondering. If sellers start pulling back, could that change the whole vibe of Prime Day? I mean, it's usually this huge, deal-laden extravaganza.
Totally could. Speaking of changes, Omnitail is shaking things up over in Africa with their Series A funding, 20 million bucks to revamp B2B e-commerce. It's like Africa's e-commerce scene is getting a superhero makeover.
Right? It's absolutely buzzing with potential. And connecting the dots, this funding could be similar to those adaptive content tools we talked about earlier. It's all designed to make selling and buying more efficient and customers happier. I'm curious to see what innovative strategies they'll roll out next.
Speaking of next stuff, Rachel, with summer on the horizon, there's a buzz at Blicket too. We're rolling out new campaigns for our clients, tweaking product pages, injecting some fresh vibes. There's going to be a blog post about it soon.
Ooh, can't wait to read that. It's the perfect season for shaking things up. And honestly, isn't it cool how all these updates, whether it's Klarna, Amazon, or Omnitail, kind of show us the future of e-commerce right in time for summer? It's like watching the gears turn in real time.
Absolutely. The gears are turning and they're not slowing down, which actually dovetails nicely into what we'll be diving into next, the role of AI and automation in e-commerce. I mean, if you think flexibility in payments is cool, wait till you hear how AI is upping the game.
No way, Max. Now that's a teaser. But seriously, it's fascinating to see how technology keeps transforming shopping experiences. Plus, it keeps us on our toes, right?
Always on our toes, Rachel. Always on our toes. And while we mull over how AI is taking us to the future, let's not forget today's takeaways about flexibility, adaptation, and innovation. Who knew shopping could be so high-tech?
Who knew indeed? Plus, it's a reminder every day's a school day when it comes to technology in our shopping carts.
So, Rachel, diving right in here, how would you feel if suddenly your favorite online shopping splurge, let's say those chic little accessories from Shein, shot up in price by, nearly 400% overnight?
Wait, seriously, Max? That sounds like a shopping nightmare, but are you saying that's actually happening?
Yep, you heard right. It's all due to new tariffs. Shein, which has been the go-to for budget-friendly fashion, has had to hike their prices enormously. Imagine that $10 shirt might now ring up at nearly $50.
Oh, wow, that's really steep. That's going to change a lot of shopping habits. Speaking of changes, actually, at my son's Little League game last weekend, even the other parents were all buzzing about how tough it's becoming to snag good deals online. Turns out it's not just quirks or bad luck, it's everywhere.
Exactly. Now, adding another layer to this, there's also been a noticeable drop in e-commerce volumes overall from China. So some cargo charter flights are getting canceled. This combo hit of higher prices and fewer products flying out could really shake things up.
I'm already starting to miss the good old days of endless choices and 2-day shipping. But here's what I'm wondering, Max. With all this turbo change, how's tech stepping in? Like, what's AI doing about it?
Great point. With fewer flights and pricier tags, AI and automation are becoming game changers in managing inventories and predicting what customers really want, minimizing wasteful overstock and needless shipments. This tech isn't just cool, it's crucial.
That reminds me, Blicket's getting ready for a sunny kickoff to summer with some sparkly new campaigns. Speaking of keeping things fresh and exciting, they're actually tweaking product pages to stay ahead of these curveballs.
Sounds super cool. And it ties right back to our chat on platform features in the previous segment. Remember eBay rolling out Klarna for flexible payments?
Oh, totally. It's all about making online shopping smoother and more responsive, even when the market throws a curveball like these price hikes or delivery slowdowns.
Right, and looking ahead, I'm curious to see how giants like Amazon will react. They're always one to watch when it comes to setting trends or responding to market shifts. We'll be diving into that a bit more in our next segment.
Definitely can't wait for that. It's always a bit of a chess game, isn't it? Seeing how all these big players maneuver around these challenges.
Sure is, Rachel. And speaking of games, wouldn't it be something if we could predict these market trends as well as AI seems to be doing? I'd finally stop buying those lottery tickets.
Keep dreaming, Max, but honestly, integrating smart tech and e-commerce, that's becoming less of a gamble and more of a necessity.
Well, folks, it sounds like the future of shopping will have us all staying on our toes. Keep those phone notifications on for the next hot sale. You might just snag a deal before AI decides you need it.
Or before the prices shoot up again.
So, Max here, and get this, Rachel. You know how we were just chatting about the wild world of AI and automation in e-commerce?
Oh, right. That was a fascinating discussion. What's up now?
Well, it seems like big platforms are keeping the updates coming too. Just reading about Amazon, get this. They recently ungated a seller, which basically means giving them the green light to sell in a restricted category, and then bam! 10 days later, they raised the performance bar.
Wait, seriously? Just 10 days?
Yep, talk about a quick turnaround, right? It's like, welcome to the big leagues. Now, let's see how high you can jump.
That's a good one. But honestly, that must be pretty challenging for the seller. Just getting used to the new league and suddenly the rules change.
Exactly. And it kind of ties back to our earlier talk about automation. It's like, on one hand, technology makes things super efficient, but on the other, it can really toss a wrench into the works without much notice.
Speaking of wrenches, did you hear about what's happening over at Etsy?
No, what's the scoop?
They're wrestling with not one, but two glitches. One's messing with showing the lowest price on listings, and the other's a messaging glitch. Sellers must be having a field day.
Oh, ouch. That's like your online shop suddenly deciding to throw a surprise sale without telling you, and then not letting you talk to the customers about it.
Right? I mean, it's crucial, especially with how personalized Etsy shops are. Sellers there really rely on clear communication and accurate pricing to connect with buyers.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how much these glitches might push sellers to tweak their setups, or even how we might advise our Blicket clients with their product pages, huh?
Oh, speaking of which, since we're creeping into May and summer is just around the corner, we've been experimenting with some new campaigns at Blicket. There's actually a blog post coming up about it.
That's super cool. Got to keep those summertime vibes in mind, right? Maybe some of those changes could help our clients dodge these types of e-commerce curveballs.
For sure. And it really emphasizes the need for constant updates and staying alert. Like, you never know when you might need to pivot or adapt.
Yep, it's all about staying on your toes in the e-commerce game. Whether it's Amazon setting new highs or Etsy sorting out glitches, there's always something going on.
Definitely keeps things interesting, doesn't it? Just makes you appreciate the smooth days a bit more, huh?
You said it, Rachel. Here's to hoping for more glitch-free days in e-commerce and less surprise sales. And just like that, we're wrapping up week 18 of the year over here at the Checkout Point by Blicket.co. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It's been a jam-packed episode.
Absolutely, Max. We dove deep into everything from reducing cart abandonment to the exciting potential of AI in shopping, like that ChatGPT and Shopify partnership. It's amazing to think about how these innovations could really transform how we shop online.
Speaking of transformations, did you all catch our segment on global tariffs? The way these economic shifts are prompting companies to rethink strategies, it's like watching a live chess game.
Well put, Max. And with the official start of summer, just a wink away, it feels like we're speeding right into some bright and bustling times, especially with all the new campaigns we're planning at Blicket.
That's right, summer's nearly here, and so are my terrible jokes. Hey, you've been warned for next week. But really, I'm quite curious to see how our experiments with client product pages pan out. We should have some interesting updates to share soon, maybe even in a blog post over at blicket.co, so keep your eyes peeled.
And speaking of keeping in touch, if you enjoyed hanging out with us today, we'd love it if you joined us again next week for more e-commerce news, more of Max's jokes, and who knows what else. Don't forget to check out blicket.co for more cool resources and updates.
Trust me, you won't want to miss out. Plus, it's always more fun when you guys are here with us. So, until next week,
keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep sharing those moments that make you smile. Have a wonderful week ahead.
Catch you later, everyone. And thanks again for tuning in to the Checkout Point by Blicket.co.
Bye for now.